Okay, so we had like a billion years of technical difficulties, but we're just gonna start over.
Jesus.
That's it's funny because I don't think you and I are technology inept, but we're definitely not tech guys. Oh, there's a pup.
Ain't you a part of the show, big dog?
It was just funny because I'm just sitting here like, damn, like you remember when we'd get fucked up at work and we'd be like, we gotta call Phil.
Dude.
We had nobody at our store who could fix any tech stuff. We were so clueless.
Well, they always like gave us like a different. How many times did we like change our system too?
Oh, dude, I know. Remember that one time we had to stay there till like 2 a.m. and you and I got a crave case?
That was sick. That
Yeah,
was the
those
uh
were random.
that was Stanley Cup, I think. We were pressing jerseys.
Probably it was like when the store was fairly new.
Right.
Because you and I have a picture of our cars like in the parking lot, and there's nobody there, not even security.
Yeah, just us.
I don't even know if security knew we were there. I mean, I probably told them like, "Hey, we're gonna be here late," and they're just like, "Who else was there?" Victoria's Secret doing overnights.
Yeah. Honestly, that's probably it.
Man, that downstairs store was the best.
Yeah.
Like the other one was cool when it was done because it was built for us, but like the downstairs one was the best. It was so good.
And then we moved into what was that? That
Like
Wilson's leather store,
that was
like
weird.
that temporary spot.
That was
That was
so
that was
weird.
terrible.
It didn't make sense because there's like all these dressing rooms and stock rooms, and we had nothing to do with any of that.
I remember in the back of that store there was one day. What are you eating? What are you doing? Whatever. Like under my bed. Um,
Fuck it.
but we were closing, and I think it was just me and Steve were closing or something. And he goes, "Hang on, I'll be right back. I gotta like go practice my vocals." And like I just hear him going in the back, and he just like starts screaming. I was
You have a show or
like,
something that weekend?
I think you had one like the next day or something. He was like just trying to like get prepped.
Maybe he was sick the day before.
I think he was
That's
like he was trying to
funny.
get his like everything back to normal.
Do you remember the exploding toilet?
I have that video.
Dude, I remember
I
that
still have it.
happened like where you walked in there and it like the top blew off or whatever.
Yeah,
And then I made fun of you and then the next day it happened to me and I'm looking at like American Eagle in line
you
buying a
get.
pair of jeans. I'm like, I'm
I
not going
remember.
home.
I know you're like, hey, I gotta go buy a new pair of pants. Like, what the hell?
We didn't sell pants and like the funny thing is we were so busy when those teams were good, I couldn't really go home.
That was honestly a wild. Besides the Bears, but that was like a pretty wild time for like Chicago sports, like the mid
Yeah.
2000s or mid
Well,
2010s. Sorry.
well, the Bears still sold well, and they had a couple
Oh
seasons
yeah,
where they weren't like, dude. The funniest was like, do you remember it was Black Friday and we got Papa John's or whatever, and it was like when the Bears win, you get a free pizza, and that was the year they won like 3 games. They went like 3-13.
yeah.
We're like, thanks, Papa John's.
Like, oh yeah, go. I'm starving over here.
Well, we used to eat at Domino's.
Yeah.
I had that American
Arietta had two of
Express.
them.
Yeah, dude. Well, the one they won like 16-0. That was
Yeah.
crazy in Cincinnati.
I'll say that wasn't the Dodgers one. Yeah.
No, Dodgers was 15. I think David Ross caught the Dodgers one.
Probably.
Because I remember Montero caught the other one.
Yeah.
Our boy. We are
Mine.
good.
I was just watching the draft, and he was representing the Diamondbacks for their
Yeah,
pick.
he was a good Diamondback.
He was there for a while,
And then my boy Chris Coughlin.
dude. What did we used to call him? Krista.
Oh no, Chris Denorfia.
Oh, that was good. Yeah, I'm sorry,
I
wrong,
saw him hit a walk off in a
wrong
one
one.
1-0. It was like an 11 inning game against the Royals.
Jesus,
It was the last game of 2015 at home. It was rescheduled
I think I
because
remember that.
yeah, it got rained out, and then they were playing the Sox, so they just said we'll just make up the Cubs game the day before, and me and Steve went like last minute, and he hit a walk off through the like it like went through the Nuveen sign.
Yeah, I do remember that now. Actually,
Bryant hit one when you, me, and Praz went through that sign too. Remember we were on the third baseline?
I think it was versus Angels.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
you and I went to a lot of like we went to a reasonable amount of baseball games in that
Hmm.
span, like both Cubs and Sox games, because the Angels were always in town and in
Yeah,
some way.
and Sox tickets are cheap.
Dude, we remember when we were doing the United Center thing because our store was closed, and then
Yeah.
we went to the Sox games on the way home, and then we met your parents, I remember I was like, Bilski, and your dad had a tray full of Coors Lights. And I was like, oh, you got us beers? Like, nah, these are all for me.
Yeah, just mine. Sorry.
It's like, damn, we gotta wait in line now.
Yeah, dude. The cell. Well, the G spot now.
The G spot. That. Do you remember when they renamed it? We were just like,
Well, why? Like, so
honestly,
so many questionable things. Like,
oh my
I
god.
guess Reinsdorf was thinking about selling it. I think it's what I saw. He was like debating selling the stock.
Well, he should. He's like 100 and doesn't give a shit.
I
You
mean,
know, it's
res
funny. Like,
respectfully, Chris Getz is your guy now. You know, like that's
yeah. Uh,
he he was
like,
playing like 10 years ago.
um, you and I, and after this podcast, will probably be able to use our stories to write a script for a TV show about working retail
Yeah.
because we had such a good time, even though it was fucking miserable at times because of how busy we were. Like,
I still to this day cannot drink Red Bull because of that
oh,
time period.
Jimmy,
Yeah, because Jimmy
dude,
hooked it up.
Jimmy, I remember Jimmy was okay. So he
Uh,
stopped. So we had this discussion on the part you guys aren't here. So Mike Klein,
yeah,
Jimmy, he was working for me, well, with us, I should say, not for me, with us. And then he kind of like went to what CL or something, and he was
something
like,
like that.
but he was like, I'm still gonna work for you when you need me. Like, keep me on payroll. I'll work a couple times, like once a week or a couple times a month, just so I can stay on. And then
It
when
was
it's
the
busy,
busiest like 2 months of our life.
I'm like, yeah, cool, all right. So Black Friday, he rocks up. We're like maybe halfway through the day, but like that's such a long day, and he has a whole fucking like, it's like a 48 pack of Red
Yeah,
Bull because it was a vending company. It
yeah,
wasn't
like
like
it wasn't a cake. Like it was like yeah,
it was like two cases wrapped in plastic,
yeah, it was
like where they're stacked.
like one just giant case.
Yeah, it wasn't like when you go to Costco and you get like a 24 pack. It was like where it's got like the branding. It was like cardboard, when like 24 Red Bulls and then cardboard and 24 more wrapped like shrink wrap.
Yeah, they just like dropped them off. He's like, oh, here you go.
And they're
Like,
cold.
yeah, he's like, I think we had a mini fridge too, didn't we? Back
Yeah, yeah, we had a fridge. And like there's nothing in it but energy drinks
just
ever.
stocked, yeah, stocked full of Red Bull.
Monster and fucking Bang and like when Bang came out and like I was still drinking Americanos and I would like drink like a 6-shot Americano and then be like, you're like, I'm going over there. Can I get you anything? I'm like, yeah, get me a white Monster.
Ugh. Dude,
That was crazy, dude.
I
And then we'd go out drinking afterward.
yeah,
Jesus.
that was what I think about it is 8 years ago now.
Yeah, so I was 24.
I was
You and Steve were like 21.
21. Yeah,
You know what's funny is I was like
that's
managing that
crazy.
store at 22 years old. Like, think about that. That's why we had so much fun.
Jesus,
They gave me the keys and they're just like, here, have a good time. Like, make us some money. All
I
right, yes,
know.
sir.
Like we wouldn't like the owners wouldn't even come by for like months. They're just like, hey, you guys still alive? Like, yeah, all right, cool.
It's funny
It's
too.
just
So I talked to them occasionally. Art called me not that long ago.
it's funny.
They're super cool. But like I remember Jason told me one time I was at the warehouse and he was like, yo, I don't know how you do it. And I was like, do what? He's like, you're out there on an island and I'm not coming out there all the time. I think he came to the store a couple times, but like because he just had so much to worry about up there.
Yeah, they
And
had
it's just
like what, like 12, 13, 14 stores up
how
there, something like that.
close to 20. And
Yeah,
then
like
like,
the pop ups and
during baseball season, like you remember Wrigleyville stores were crazy.
remember him. I remember working what was it, Mitch Trubisky's
Oh
debut,
yeah,
that
against
home
the
debut.
Vikings.
Yeah. And me and Steve
Weird because they're playing Monday Night Football right now in Minnesota, but it's the same matchup.
oh yeah. That I didn't even think about that. That's weird. But like I remember I don't know why, but like the main there's like two main things I remember from like that night was Lawrence just driving down the sidewalk and his
That was
fucking
the one where it was just you and me.
oh, was that a different game?
No, this is no. You're thinking of the same thing, but Steve and Nikki and Michael worked with us the home opener.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But this was like
That's
the
yeah.
Trubisky's first start. It was Monday Night Football because you and I went because I was like, does anybody want to work? It's Monday night, and everyone's like, oh, we don't want to be out there all night. So Lawrence drove you and me in that Penske truck
Yeah, just like
from
down the
north
sidewalk.
side.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't we're like Lawrence, can you do this? He goes, no, it's all right. And he's just like
Oh,
cruising through the park.
Yeah, that like walkway under that and then remember though, I think it was the home opener. We got yelled at because we covered up that Miller Lite ad,
Oh my gosh.
and they were like, "We paid a lot of money for that."
Like, yeah, my bad.
Like, well,
Steve
could
and
you
I were
bring
like,
us?
we were just sitting out there like little scarecrows with like those clear bags that Jason was like, he's
Yeah.
like, yeah, man, we gotta sell a ton of these because like people are gonna start like try to bring their purse in, and
You can't do that. Yeah.
yeah, you need the clear bags. So like Steve and I
Um,
were like, clear bags? Like,
they're like
it's so
fucking
ridiculous.
$15 or some cheap. I don't
So
know.
ridiculous.
I just remember them like bitching about that Miller Lite ad being covered up by our hat. Like it was like a fixture of like, it was like a grate, like a metal grate, but it had like wheels and it was like all like beanies or something.
Yeah,
It was tall, and they're like, you can't cover that up. We paid a lot of money for that, and I'm just like, well, could you bring us some Miller Lite then?
yeah, right. Like, bring me some cold one. Maybe not
Idiots.
Miller Lite.
Ah, yes, idiots. Yeah, dude, that was weird. I kind of was not comfortable driving in that Penske truck.
It was a very uncomfortable ride.
And
Like
then
everybody was like just staring at us too. Like, what are you doing, man? Like the road's over there.
and then you and I drove back with him to my car at the warehouse, and I drove us home.
Yeah,
We were there late.
yeah. It was a lot of it. So I don't late nights in the
Was
city.
that the one where they bought us pizza?
I think we got Five Guys.
Maybe it was Five Guys. I just remember there was a Cubs playoff game, and I motherfucked Zobrist. He was having a shitty series. I started cussing him out, and then he had like a game-winning double. And I looked, and I was like, huh, I motherfucked him. And Jason started
Motherfucking
laughing so hard.
dude.
The
Hey, Rick.
latest was the day after the World Series, though.
Yeah. Oh my God. Because we didn't leave the city till like what 4 in the morning or something like that.
I had to be 3 or 4. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
late.
Because
And then we worked the next day.
yeah, like we shut down the warehouse. I want to say we locked it up.
Yeah, they literally were like, you close. I'm like, I'm going back to Indiana. What do you want me to do with these keys? Just whatever, leave them somewhere, keep them. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't remember what it wasn't irresponsible like that. We did something. I just don't remember what we did. Maybe it locked without, I don't know. It probably locked without keys.
I don't know.
It probably locked from the inside, and then you pull it shut, and then you can get out, but you can't get in. That's probably what it was. Because that was that new one, the new warehouse.
Yeah. I just remember going up there all like after they won. Actually, it's funny. Mark and I we talk about it all the time. Like, cause him and I and Nikki we drove up there at like 4 in the morning.
Did you go to the airport?
Yeah.
Fuck that. Yeah, because I had to open the store, and I was like, you guys go and get off early because I'm going to work the whole like 7 a.m. to, 4 a.m.
Yeah, it was funny because it's like Mark and I went. Nikki tagged along the first round. It was like 4 in the morning or something like that, and then basically we dropped the stuff off, and like you guys were starting to set it up. We ran back up there. We're like, hey Nikki, you come with us. She goes, no, I gotta like go wake up my kid. Like, oh okay, well we're gonna keep going.
Yeah, damn. That was wild. And then, do you remember like when the Hawks were winning and you and I went to the old one and we were carrying bags of t-shirts down those stairs? And then we had to find my car.
Yeah, we just like walked in. I remember it was just like a wall of like Antigua boxes.
Oh my God.
Like as far as like the eye could see. I think I still have a picture of that. That was insane. And
I
like we just
remember
kept running out of letters to like press jerseys.
the Hawks one, it was like Antigua boxes, and then there was like a billion, what was the brand that it's not 47, but they made the t-shirts that were like 47 t-shirts.
What were they, like old retro ones?
Oh, the retro, yeah, retro style or whatever.
Yeah.
So those, and then those, remember the shirt with the caricatures that looked like a Bulls, like a 90s Bulls shirt, but it had all the Hawks players? That was cool.
We sold a lot of really dumb t-shirts too. Sometimes like
Dude,
like
I was
very like just weird designs.
I was mad when they made us take down the ones that we made. They waited like so
Oh yeah.
They started in 2004 and they waited until the week of the World Series in 2016 to be like, hey, you can't sell these 20 shirts. Thanks.
What if they still have the hot dog shirts?
Hot dog shirts.
So I mean, it was like a button up. It was like a white button up and just like nothing but like Chicago style hot dogs all over it.
Oh yeah, I think so. Do you remember that weird the one with the helmet and had the hands with no arms? Because they would like rub their helmet, but they didn't put anybody's fucking arms on it. That was I think that was a Majestic shirt. That was a weird design.
Absolutely ridiculous.
I get memories in my feed, and it'll be like the displays we did. And I'm like, man, I forget about some of these shirts. There's totes filled with them in my basement. Not like from the store, but like the ones I bought for myself.
I don't have very many of them left. Just because I think honestly the one most of them I've turned into like cutoffs and
Yeah.
they've just deteriorated over the last 10 years. The only one, oddly enough, that I have that's like still in like really good shape is my Joe Madden player tee.
You have a Joe Madden player tee?
I don't know why.
Dude, I have totes filled. I just put them away like staff shirts, player
Oh, I have a
tees,
ton of staff shirts though.
player tee. Yeah, weird like playoff and championship shit. You know what? The one thing I always remember you wearing is that like it was like a heathered burgundy Hawks snapback with the 61 logo. It was a Mitchell and Ness one.
Oh, dude, I have it. Yeah, it's
and
holding
then
on by like one snap.
but the snap broke, right? Was
Mhm.
that what happened? You used to wear a pin in it,
Yeah, it's got a hockey mask thing on the side. Yeah,
the Jason one or whatever.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's like NHL. Yeah, I remember you wearing that hat all the time.
yeah, dude. I still have it. It's holding on by like literally like one like snap.
Dude, when my basement got trashed, I had to throw away like I don't know how many, a few dozen hats that got moldy,
Oh,
and I felt bad because even though I probably won't wear them anymore, they were like $45
I was
on-field.
so much money.
Like they're all like the 4th of July on-field hat, the All-Star Game 2016 when they had the whole infield.
Right.
I had all of them, and some of them were like kind of bad, but some were sick.
Uh,
Like that All-Star Game one was blue. It had like a gray heathered bill, and it had gold metal stars as the buttons.
I remember
Like
that.
gold thread. I had to get rid of it. I was pissed. Since Steve had like the flex one,
Right. Yeah.
it was weird.
I
You used to rock that Bulls long sleeve a lot too.
I actually just wore it the other day to work. I still have it.
Can you wear that to work?
I mean, I work in a tire shop. So I
You
change
can
out.
wear it. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, I wear whatever, and then I have to put on my uniform. But
But yeah,
Uh,
just underneath, it's like whatever.
oh no, I don't wear it in like in the shop. Like I'll completely like change out of it. But
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's
oh
like
yeah,
you just,
yeah. Um,
I forgot about that. I knew that, but like I just wasn't thinking because I never worked in that spot. So
yeah. I have the long sleeve, and then it was I have a short sleeve. Like it's like a jersey almost. Like
yeah,
like
it's the same like look. They're black, right?
yeah, but that one's a short sleeve.
The Bulls merch was Adidas, then it was so weird.
Yeah, 'cause they're Nike now, I think, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, around the time you left,
I would say it was like right
that.
after. Yeah,
Everybody's
switched.
Nike except NHL.
Who does it? Are they
Well,
Adidas now? Or?
Adidas did them, but now it's Fanatics. But it's just
Oh,
the
that's right.
but it's the same. It's the same Adidas like style. Like all the stuff's
Right.
the same except for the shoulders aren't as perforated, which just doesn't matter. It's fine. Perforated shoulders is a weird idea anyway. But the Nike swoosh looks weird on the front of the baseball jersey.
I don't.
They should put it like down here.
The one thing that pissed me off about the new baseball jerseys is like just the letter.
Oh yeah, they're shitty. I didn't buy one.
I have the City Connect. I have City Connect uni, but
They made a new style though this year. I don't know if you saw that.
no.
So there's like an in between one now that's like a premier jersey that's like supposed to be like it's got the sleeve patches and everything. But
Yeah.
it's not like a $330 jersey. It's like $150 or $200.
I just like they took the MLB tag and like dropped it below the seam, and then like the numbers, like the font and everything is like shorter and it's like more curved. I don't know. It looks really weird, especially like for how many
you lettered.
jerseys.
I would say how many jerseys did you letter, not just that you own?
Right, like just from doing it so much, like
So fucking much.
it looks so ridiculous.
How many Javi Baez jerseys did we make in 2016 in the Christmas time? Like 1 billion.
And now he sucks.
Yeah, they all suck. They all Rizzo
Like, he
was
went-
like fine.
He went to Detroit and just it's
Like,
terrible.
fell off the cliff, yeah. Everybody Schwarber is good. Rizzo is like not a bad player. He's just like not an all-star.
He's getting old. He's what, 35, 36 now?
I mean, he's not that much older than me. Uh,
Well,
no, I know
for a baseball player.
baseball. Then again, though, there's some baseball players play to like 42, so it just depends on who you are, I
Fucking
guess.
Max Scherzer's still playing. He's 41, I think.
God bless
With
him.
Justin Verlander.
Um, yeah, I was gonna say I wanted to get a Paul Skeens jersey, but like I don't want to buy like a shitty. Like I'd rather just get a T-shirt.
Yeah, and that's kind of the, like I haven't bought a jersey and honestly probably since before they switched to Nike. Because I don't like the way they look. They're
No,
just
the old ones were the best.
yeah, the
The
old majestic
majestic.
ones. Yeah.
I have like it's funny. I went in my closet earlier today, and my one side of my closet is just like 200 fucking jerseys. And I'm like, when do I wear these? Like I have like I actually I forgot you got me quite a few cool ones, but that sick ass old school Diamondbacks one that you got me. It's like their
Yeah.
first year. That one is goes so hard. And I got my Wade Davis All-Star game jersey you bought me. Gotta bust that out.
Holy shit, I forgot about that.
But I was looking at all this baseball. I have a billion hockey. Not so much basketball, a couple football, a lot of football, but like the old football ones are the only ones I wear
Right.
because they're like
Actually,
normal shirt.
I only have one basketball jersey, and oddly enough, it's a black like not long sleeve, but like with the sleeves. It's a D
Yeah,
Rose jersey.
the ones we sold.
Yeah,
It's got like a white collar.
yeah.
Those are fucking weird.
It was like 3 years after he like left the team, and we had it. It was like on
Like on
sale for like
sale.
$40. I was like, oh, this is sick.
Yeah, I mean the jersey, it's like says Chicago. It's cool, but the sleeves were weird.
Yeah, it's not like the tank toppy kind of look. Like yeah, it has the sleeves, which is
I
it
don't
was
know why
interesting.
they were doing that. That LeBron, when the Cavs won, they won in those sleeved black
Yeah, the
jerseys,
black. Yeah,
and it looks so weird.
it's just very. I don't know.
It just looks better with an undershirt on.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's so
It is very
bizarre.
strange.
But like that was a thing too. Like people don't realize. So like if you buy, because people buy fakes and stuff still, but if you buy real jerseys in bulk from a retailer, so like I don't know, what were those Bulls jerseys like 120 or
I think like
130
110,
bucks?
120, something like that.
So if they're 120, we'll just ride with that for math's sake. We pay 60 for them and we make 60. So when they go on sale for 40 bucks, you don't make anything. You lose money.
Right.
So that's the risk you take with a guy's name on the back.
Yeah.
And that's probably why the jersey market is all fanatics now.
Well, that's why we had so many damn blank jerseys, and we were out there pressing all day.
Yeah, but that was better because then we didn't have to worry about like getting stuck with them.
You think about how many like just ridiculous jerseys we made back in the day.
That boy saying,
Oh my God, dude. I
I
remember
should.
I have a picture of it somewhere. I don't know what it was or what the hell it even said, but I did a Hawks jersey for a guy, and it was literally like the like fucking like 3 foot long like nameplate, and he
Oh
filled
yeah,
the
like
whole thing.
the one that like barely fit.
Literally, like it was like on a 3X jersey too, and like it like overlapped like the seams of the shoulders.
Yeah, like the line that goes here.
Yeah, and like I had to like put every letter like damn near stacked on top of each other. Like when I pressed it, I had to press it in like 4 different sections. It was ridiculous. The dude was like so
Oh,
stoked on it. I'm like, and like when he wore it, it was all like wavy and like crunched up. I'm like, this looks so stupid.
people who aren't into jerseys for real, like they don't. I think that that's such a novelty to get a authentic jersey that has some bullshit on the back. Like
Oh,
even though I wouldn't rock like my own name on it, I get when people want that. I'm like, okay, whatever.
I get it.
Yeah. So it's
I
like
get
when
the
they would do
appeal.
that, they'd be like, well, I'm not getting traded. It's like, okay, fine. But
You're
like,
also not on the team.
I mean, try telling them that. But yeah,
Yeah.
I should have got one that said random task.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna get Austin Powers
There
characters
you
on my
go.
jerseys.
Just time machine.
Dude, you remember when we did that together? Rick like freaked out.
Terry's like, what the fuck was
Like a
that?
time machine. Dude, that's actually low key becoming one of my favorite scenes in the second movie when he runs. This is taking such a turn, but this is how this pod's gonna go. When he runs, he's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to travel through time. I bid you adieu." And he fucking like runs into it. He's like, "Ah, yes, not turned on, I
Not,
suppose."
not turned on, I suppose. I need to watch those. I haven't seen those in a while.
We should do that over Discord.
100%.
We'll get some Mickeys and kick back
Dude,
on some Austin Powers.
I think Well, aren't they thinking about making another one?
I
I
watched
mean,
an interview.
I doubt it'll be as good as those because like you just can't make those movies the same nowadays. But
Mike Myers wanted to like when it was still like relevant,
right,
but there was a problem with the studio and like licensing. It was like the studio got bought out. Something weird like legally happened.
right.
He said he planned the fourth one because I want to see Scott as Doctor Evil.
Scotty down.
Dude, oh my god, Scott pas. Dude, that shit is so funny. I don't know why it gets
Oh
funnier
God,
like with time too.
it's such a ridiculous like because there's what three or four of them,
There's three, yeah,
three of them, right? Yeah.
yeah. Remember, you're like I don't have them, and I'm like we're going to FYE right now.
And I think they had like a
I bought the
trilogy, like
three
the
pack. I'm like you're
yeah,
taking this home with you.
yeah.
Um, there
Can you
was like a
stop making
year.
so much noise?
It was after you moved. I got like hammered one time, and I decided uh to buy Everybody Gold Member on DVD for Christmas. So I bought like 14 copies of Gold Member,
I
like
rem I remember that. I remember hearing about that.
and like they're like fucking they were like $1 on eBay from some seller. They're like floating around my basement. I got
That,
like
I remember hearing about that.
the funnier thing is that Steve it was in his closet and he found like 25 White Sox Memories DVD.
Oh my God.
I'm like, what the fuck are you gonna do with those?
Is there is there even 25 good memories for the White Sox?
I mean, I don't know, but like it was just one of those things where I'm like, we sold those for $1.
Why did he have that?
I think he was gonna try to give them out to his friends who are Sox fans for Christmas or something. I don't know. Remember, we got all kind of weird stuff. We had
Interesting.
those Miller Lite Sox beer buckets.
Shit.
I think Jimmy got that when he got the Bears salt and pepper shakers. They just sent me a bin of like random shit, and they're like, "Here, sell this." And then
Like
like
that. Nobody wants this.
Jimmy bought it all.
Like that's such a Jimmy thing too. Bears salt
Those are
and pepper
cool.
shakers.
I'm like, who made this?
I could
Freaking
just see like Jimbo like
Foco.
he just Jimbo just out like on the patio grill and he goes, "Oh yeah, check out these salt and pepper shakers."
We got to find him a grinder for the pepper next time.
Dude,
The
holy
salt.
shit. Big Bears fan Jimbo.
Ah, poor Jimmy. I love him, but I feel bad because they
I hope
stink.
I hope he's doing all right tonight. I don't even know what the
Um,
score is. I hope it's almost over.
I could tell you right now, it's probably
I'm
almost
like
done.
scared to like do anything with my phone to check a
There's
score.
there's 6 minutes left, and the Vikings are up 27-6.
Good.
I think you're in good shape. And then the other game, Atlanta in the fourth, is up 15-3 on the Raiders. That's a shitty game.
Atlanta's winning.
Yeah, the Raiders are fucking
Well,
horrible though.
Kirk Cousins been on an awful streak. That's
He
like
has, but like the Raiders are that bad.
that's true.
I mean, like the Falcons like have like at least like talent around Kirk Cousins.
Right.
You know, like they have Bijan and all these guys. But yeah, Jimmy, I guess that was Black Friday. They were like, Southlake will sell it. And like they sent us boxes of like just random like miscellaneous stuff.
There's always so much like we always sold like so much Bears. It was so funny too because you could always know like when football season was about to start.
Because everybody would be buying
Y-
Bear stuff.
Yeah, and then by like week 5, like you couldn't sell the stuff. You couldn't give it away.
Uh I feel like they would have a good run for Christmas
Right. Okay.
because
Fair.
of the default, like, what are you gonna get your dad or your uncle? And it's like, oh, I'll give him a Bears hoodie or whatever.
Right.
But that was just for the sake of like gift giving. It wasn't like they were doing good.
Well, and it's funny because it's like like week 1, week 2, everyone's like, oh, we're going to the Super Bowl. It's like every year. It's like okay,
Dude, that orange is so obnoxious, dude. That orange sweetness t-shirt. Look at the Wheaties
Jesus
shirt.
Christ.
How many
Yes.
of those bad boys do we sell?
Uh,
1 million.
Sweetness.
That was one of the best shirts because they got around any type of
There's
like
like
that
no
was
licensing.
like yeah, it was like a legit shirt you could sell, but it looked like the Wheaties thing kind of, but it had a really good price point. It was like $25 and like a lot of the other ones were 32,
And it was just like
36.
this bright ass orange shirt.
Dude, when I would pull those, when I would go pull merchandise for the store, I had a bitch finding the sizes because the boxes were just filled with orange,
I remember, God, I remember
and those were printed on Next Level, if I remember right.
some ridiculous. I don't know. I remember. I think it was when it might have been the day that we were closing up uh the warehouse, like after the World Series. They're like, all right, yeah, like come grab all your stuff, and there's just like rows of just boxes of stuff, and we're like, what are we getting? They're like, stuff in the box, like stuff, all the stuff's in the boxes. It's like, where do we start?
I have
Just like
pictures.
thousands of boxes of things that aren't even open yet.
I went up to that little upstairs part
Yeah, I
where
have a
all the
picture of.
that
Yeah,
was the original obvious tees is like it had its own store now, but that's when he first started.
really?
Joe, yeah, he gave me a shirt for free. He gave me the I Miss Jake shirt after Arietta left.
Damn.
He goes, you could pick out whatever you want, and the one I wanted was a green one that had something about Steve Bartman deserved better or something.
It was crazy. And then like Arietta, like he went to Philly and then like just sucked and like disappeared. He didn't like
He
he
went
didn't
back to the
suck.
he like went back to the Cubs and like wasn't anything good.
Did he?
Yeah, I think he went and retired there.
Yeah, because where did he go? Did he go to Philly after
Yeah,
Chicago?
he went to Phillies for like 2 or 3 years,
Yeah.
or like no, I think it was like 2 years, and then like flipped him to San Diego or something, and then he went back to the Cubs and retired.
The last time, like last memory I have of him is like I think he's like getting released or like yeah, his contract ending in Philadelphia, and he just like disappeared.
Yeah, I mean
It was
that
funny because like
happens.
the Cubs picked him up from Baltimore for like nothing.
It was like Clevenger and somebody else for him and was it Strope?
Yeah,
I think it was him and Strope. They traded Clevenger and somebody else. I don't remember. But dude, he wasn't like he was solid when he first came, but then that next year he was unbelievable.
it was like the nastiest like run like because it was.
That was the best pitching run I ever
I
watched,
mean,
like where I watched every start.
to be fair, I mean like that entire year was just solid, but like yeah, it was like a month of just him just dominating.
But you know what the thing was? It wasn't just that he was like dominating on the mound, he was hitting.
Yeah.
Like there was a Pirates game where they won 2-0. He hit a 2-run homer and pitched a 9 inning complete game. Shutout. Like and then he hit the home run against the Giants in the playoffs. He was pitching
Yeah.
against Bumgarner when he was still good.
Yeah, he fell off
Fucking
the face of the earth too.
yeah, but those fucking San Francisco teams. I think Crawford he's done.
He just retired,
Oh
yeah.
god, I liked Brandon Crawford, but dude, those teams were unbelievable.
Yeah.
But see, they kept them together.
Yeah.
Busty Poser.
Dude, I I think it's sick. Like he's the guy there now. I think that's sick. And then they just got Willie Adames and paid him a ton of money.
Who doesn't want to go to California and make a ton of money playing baseball?
Definitely nobody that wants to go to the Angels.
Why? Orange County is nice. You got
Yeah,
Disneyland.
we suck. We got Ron Washington, baby. Come on.
The Angels need to go back to the like late '90s, like the blue with the wing.
I like our uniforms, don't get me wrong, but like we definitely need some sort of like need to freshen it up. Bring it back.
I feel like when Trout retires, like they might do a rebrand because this is always going to be known as his look.
Yeah.
Because like even though they had the Angels look since like '02 with that, they started wearing the red jersey a lot with Trout.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like the triple red.
Yeah. Because they do it. And I don't know, maybe it's just how every team does it, but like, are you done?
For people not watching, Matt's dog is the star of the show.
Yeah, apparently. Just tear up my bed. I just made that. Thank you. But yeah, like the starters, they pick whatever like.
Yeah. That's how the Cubs always were.
Yeah, but they always wear the Reds.
Especially home and away.
I feel like they wear the Reds more at home than they do when as just a normal alternate.
Yeah, so when I was growing up, the Cubs did that too. Like they started wearing the blue around 97 or 8.
The blue's sick.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't like that logo as much. I used to like the '80s pullover with the Target logo. But either way, Zambrano always picked the blue.
Yeah.
That was like his shirt.
Same. And then Arrieta always had the blue.
Yep. And Hendricks wore it up quite a bit.
Lester wore the grays a lot.
Lester
think,
was
right?
white and gray. I
Yeah.
don't think the only time I really this is gonna sound weird. The only time I recall John Lester pitching in blue was when he had to come in the World Series.
What game was that?
It's
Was
Game
that
7. They took him
was it
out. They
game
took
7?
Hendricks out.
Oh, that's right.
Hendricks started, so they wore blue. They won in blue.
That was like the longest.
That's kind of weird. It's a weird thing to know, especially because nowadays their teams in every league are so much like leaner with uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
But like, and they all have like 4 sets of uniforms and shit. But like back then, like I knew like, oh, so and so's pitching today. They're wearing this color.
Yeah.
It's a
I
weird thing, but
wonder what when Kyle Hendricks takes him out for us. I wonder what color he's gonna take.
maybe red.
I feel like he's a be a red guy. Yeah.
Kyle Hendricks mixed it up too, though, because he wore white and gray too. I think he might be one of those guys. I haven't tracked this, but I bet you he's superstitious, and if they lost, he switches it up.
I can see that.
Cause like I've seen him wear everything.
I think that we're now putting the City Connects in the rotation, which is sick. 'Cause I like the City Connects that we had.
Yeah,
I have one hanging up in my closet right now. But I have the hoodie too, actually. They're really sick. I hope they
yeah,
do though,
they're
because
cool.
like that's like because it's different. Like I said, like they need a little like rebranding.
Dude, the Pirates wear that gold one. That's kind of cool.
Their City Connect was it just say
Yeah,
what PGH across the chest?
yeah. You should say Yins.
That'd be
That'd be
hilarious.
way funnier. Yeah, they wear it with like black pants, and then they did this thing where like so they had like gold hats with it.
Does it? Didn't they change the hat?
They started wearing that one where it's like black and has stars. It's kind of cool. It's got a P still, but it's got stars on it. It's kind of like
Yeah.
the old school. I don't know. It's different. You can't really mess up black and gold.
No. Did
It's
Andrew
kind of.
McCutcheon resign? Do you know?
I don't know if he signed. I think he wants to.
He wants to. I just don't know. Has he already?
I don't know.
Who knows?
I haven't watched. I haven't been paying attention to any like winter meetings or anything because like the MLB is kind of ass lately,
Yeah, it's just Dodgers deferred contracts.
and like the Cubs are gonna get people excited about guys for a year, and then they're not gonna pay them.
Same.
And the Sox, I don't know. Like the Sox are trading away the only guys they have.
And like they're genuinely going to be worse this year than they are last year.
I don't know how that's possible.
It's well, I mean, what pisses
Well,
me
manager
off.
change.
It's who? Will Venable now, I think, right?
Yeah, it
He
can't
took
be
over.
much worse than fucking Pedro, whatever. That guy was brutal.
Um, I was so mad because we it was the second to last series this past season, and they were playing the Angels for a 4-game set. I think it was in LA, and it was like we just had to beat them once, and like we would have set the record for them for like the most losses,
Yeah,
and they fucking swept us. And like
that's so on brand for. I feel like the Sox
honestly,
always win in LA.
they always do. There's such a, and it's like you're the shittiest team in the
That's
entire league.
that's the Angels in the outfield matchup
Dude,
from that movie.
and it's like we didn't even. It's not like we lost like 1-0. Like we're losing like 7-2. It's ridiculous.
Dude,
It was
you know
like
the best part about going to see them play in Chicago was you could just sit as close as you wanted for like $10.
they're $10. Like you're paying more for a beer than you are to like go sit. Yeah, like 20 feet away from some people.
They actually have a deal where you get 2 beers with your ticket.
Really?
Believe it or not.
Shit.
I mean, what are you gonna do? You got to put some butts in that. That is it's sad, really.
It's yeah. I mean, like I get it. Like the location of it kind of sucks, but
Dude,
I mean
they
it's
have a
right off the
parking lot.
It's right off the freeway too. Like I mean, you literally pass it going into the city. Like you can't miss it.
Yeah, and they have a parking lot.
They have like 4 parking lots. They just
Trying
can't
to
fill
park at
them.
trying to get parking at Wrigley's a bitch.
I remember like one of the first Cubs games I went to with you. I think we like parked behind like Taco Bell for like $50.
I used to park. We probably did park by Taco Bell because we went to a day game and it was pet. We went. Was
Yeah,
it that Rockies game?
I think so. Yeah. Oh yeah, because I was pissed because I wanted to see Troy Tulowitzki
He got
and they
traded the night
fucking
before,
flipped him. Yeah,
like that morning.
yeah, from Jose Reyes or no, yeah,
Some outfielder. I thought it was funny though because won't say any names, but I went to that game with some girl, and somebody at the store asked, "How did it go?" And they're referring to the girl, and I
Oh,
go,
I
"Oh, it was great. Lester's threw 14 strikeouts."
like no, not the game. You're like, oh, well, that was good.
Yeah, I was like, it was fine, but like Lester was fucking dealing, and we had primo seats for that to watch him pitch.
Yeah.
Being a lefty and all, I mean, that was a sick game. I remember, I think Dexter Fowler and Rizzo homered in that game.
You remember? I think it was 2015 off season. Like Dex was like a free agent, but he like didn't sign till like I don't know, like March or
Like
something. But
like
everyone thought
spring
he was
training.
yeah, everyone thought he was going to like Baltimore or some shit.
He
He just like
showed up
showed
at
up.
spring training.
He's just like, hey guys, I'm right here. Like, well, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't think they wanted to pay him,
Yeah,
but they needed him. He was
because
a great
then
leadoff hitter for
yeah,
them.
then they won that year, right? Was that
Yeah.
the
Do you remember
16?
me and Steve went to a game that spring. It was like April, maybe. It was early, and it was against the Nationals, and it was cold as fuck.
Oh my God,
Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
That's that picture of you, me, and Steve holding the flag up that like I used forever.
Yeah,
That was that game, but it was cold. We had like hoodies and like layers on, and I remember it was nice during the day, and then we got up there, and I forgot how windy.
and I think because we were third base side.
Yeah,
Right.
if I bought them, we were usually on the third
I
baseline.
said, I think we were third base side, and like the way like the sunset too, like we were in like a shaded spot for like half
Cold.
the game. Dude,
Yeah, that was cool though. We got to see like a bunch of stars.
um,
I mean, Harper was still there.
dude, honestly, think about that like that Nationals team back then.
They're
'Cause
good, yeah.
Because Juan Soto wasn't up yet. I don't think.
I don't think so.
I don't
Do you
think he was there
remember?
yet.
We got tickets for free when we were working at the Wrigley or at the UC, and then we went to see him play the Mets.
Fucking Daniel Murphy.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Yeah,
That
that was like a crazy score. It was that pitcher's like first start,
yeah. Oh,
and then I took a selfie with that drunk guy.
yeah. That was
That
like,
was the game I was eating ciabatta bread sandwiches.
was Michael with us?
Yeah, it was you, me, Steve, and Michael. We were working
Yeah.
at the UC store, and I was like, I
Yeah,
remember
because
I
like Rid or Art, there's like, hey, you guys want tickets? We're like,
well,
yeah.
I asked Art when Art was there, and I'm like, hey, you think Rid can get me 4 tickets tonight? He's like, yeah, just text him. All right. Because whenever I would be up there, I'd text Rid, and I remember like one time, I think it was when we went to the Rockies game. He's like, you want a seat? And it was like literally one seat behind. It was like behind the dugout. He's like, I only got one though, and I'm like, nah, it's cool. But he always had tickets. So I'm like, hey, can you get me 4 seats for this Mets game? He's like, yeah, and I got you. Just like, I don't know what he said. Go to the warehouse and Lucy will have them or something.
Yeah, he was like random.
And,
He's like, oh yeah, here
or
you go. It's
or like
what?
one time, I went to a game with Jason, and it was weird. Like I worked Hawks convention. It was a Sunday, and they were on Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN against the Cardinals. It was Jose Quintana's first start, and he was like, "Do you want to go to the game?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I don't want to drive all the way home." But like the Hawks convention on Sundays done at like 1. So he's like, "Well, just go work at the warehouse or go get some food and then meet me at Wrigley." I'm like, "All right." So I like went to the warehouse and like did whatever, and bought a T-shirt to wear, and like I like drove up there and I met Rid at his stand, and I had the ticket somewhere. It's got Kyle Hendricks on it. It says World Series champions because this is 17. It was a bleacher ticket, and the fucking face value was $77
It's ridiculous.
for the bleachers.
Like that's
I mean, I didn't pay for it, but still,
that's like a behind home plate for like the White Sox.
I had a good time at that game. I have a selfie of me and Jason we were like in right center. Like, you know where that sign is? Like the weird one. No, like okay. You know how like in right field there's like a really
oh, you're talking right field. Oh yeah.
the one where Schwarber hit the home run, stayed up there. We were right next to that, and Contreras or Schwarber, one of them homered and it like went up there, and we were just like looking up at the sky, like what the fuck? Yeah, that was cool. That was a cool seat. Bleachers. Have you ever sat in the bleachers with me?
I've never been out there.
I don't particularly love the bleachers, but when the home run balls come out, it's cool.
Fucking Praz, dude. He likes the bleachers.
Yeah, well, Prize is there all the time, but like I went there. I took Comron to the bleachers once. I think we saw the Marlins, but man, I've been to so many damn baseball games. But you and I are such nerds that like I'm like, Matt, we're gonna watch this pitching duel.
Dude, I'm like, that's why like I want to know where Corbin Burns is gonna sign because it's like, hey, like he's nasty. I'm like, where can I watch him pitch?
Yeah.
You know
We
what's
said in the
crazy?
uh
What Chris Sale did this year.
yeah, wow.
Like, dude, I'm surprised his arm's not broken. He's just like, oh, hey, I'm gonna go win it, Cy Young. Like,
Dude, he's unbelievable. He got hurt a lot in his career and he just
I
keeps
guess
going.
I was just seeing a thing. He was actually gonna retire before he got traded to the Braves this like past off season. And he's like decided to stick it out and like just fucked around and won a Cy Young
And
and the Triple Crown. I think he got triple.
he's he's stupid good. I was gonna say we sat in the bleachers at one of the Sox Angels games, I think.
Oh yeah.
But that
I was
doesn't count. It's not the same.
well. Those are empty, so you kind
Well,
of
besides,
you, you
besides
can sit
that,
wherever you want. Yeah.
I've sat in the bleachers at like a Buccos game before, and it was like when Ryan Braun was like juicing.
Oh
They're playing the
jeez.
Brewers, and like we were in left field, and the outfield was giving it to him for 9 innings. It was
Jesus.
crazy. It was so funny.
I was
Yeah, this
actually like
is.
speaking of like old Brewers, like I was actually watching oddly enough some like Prince Fielder highlights the other day.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, this
It's
is
like
so. This game I'm referring to. This is Pirates Buccos like 2012, like when they were both
okay,
good.
yeah,
Like Kutch, like all time Kutch. Like Pirates are
when he
getting
still
in
had
the
the long
playoff.
hair.
Yeah, he looked like Larry Fitzgerald still. Um, but Kutch is so awesome though. Uh, I'm glad he went home because it was weird seeing him and will play for other teams. He's such a pirate, you know.
Yeah, there was the only I'll have to find the picture and send it to you. There's a picture of him with like the old like burgundy like when he's on the
Oh
Phillies.
yeah, he's got the spitter and the chain with no undershirt.
Yeah, and it's just like two buttons are like undone, and
He's
he's
got a
just like
fucking dip in his mouth.
yeah, and he's just like chilling. Like that's like one of the hardest pictures.
Yeah, if it was in a Pirates jersey, I'd frame it for my
That'd be
dad.
sick. Yeah,
But like that, yeah. Well, those Phillies uniforms are sweet
they're
though.
so sweet. Oh God.
I wanted the hat, like the burgundy hat.
Yeah.
Those are tight. I also like their I actually have one, the alternate where it's like cream colored with no
Oh,
pinstripes.
so good.
I like the pinstripes too, but the red and blue just pop like crazy on that off
Yeah.
white.
Yeah.
Um,
They have such, honestly such a pretty clean set.
yeah, because I love when a team has like their look and then they can put a throwback that's like a different look, but it works. You know,
Yeah.
like occasionally there's teams in all sports that'll have a throwback. Like, um, to me, like the Seahawks, I don't like their regular uniforms at all, but they
Right.
wear that throwback now, and it's fucking sweet.
You see, I mean, it's not a throwback, but the Vikings tonight they're wearing their like the
They're
winter
all white.
warrior. Yeah,
Yeah, they
I
have the
think
white helmet.
those actually look pretty cool. That Detroit's,
I don't.
uh, I don't know if they're like consider what color rush or
They just started an alternate. You know what happened is
whatever it is, but
Dan Campbell said, because when he was still playing, Detroit had that black alternate jersey when
so sick.
Dan Campbell was still in the league. He told the owners like, "Hey, if we win the division, I want the black." Or he's like, "I want to bring the black jersey back," and they're like, "We can do that when you guys win the division." And he went out and won the
He's like, all right,
division.
cool, yeah, watch
So
this.
they just got the blue helmet now. It's kind of cool.
Yeah,
The Vikings, whenever they're on national TV, I love the intro. Like, I forget, was it the Rams that they played on TV, or maybe it was the Falcons? But I was watching the game and I was with the crowd. I'm like in my living room, I'm like, Skull,
the skull chant
Skull, and
is so
I'm like
sick.
doing it with them. I was like so sucked into it. And I'm like, wait
No,
a minute,
it's sick. I was like, yeah, I was on FaceTime with my sister. She was watching it too. I was like, it's like, I don't know, it's one of like the coolest like intros.
dude, we
I
need
love
to.
it.
So 50 years ago, it was the 50th anniversary of Super Bowl IX. It was in New Orleans, and that's where it's at this year. And it was Steelers Vikings.
That'd be wild.
So we need a rematch. You know, the only thing I can tell you, the Lions are injured like crazy. Montgomery just went down.
Okay.
They're down like 15 players.
Who's the guy that like broke his leg? Was it last year or this year? But like he's like he might return this year, like for like the playoff
For Detroit.
for Detroit. He was
Oh,
Hutchinson. Yeah,
Hutchison. He hurt himself in that Cowboys game.
yeah. Was it this year?
Yeah, he can come back if they make the Super Bowl probably, which I'm
Yeah,
sure he will because he's
yeah.
like one of their best players and he's awesome.
It was what second year in something like that.
Yeah, his second year, he's a D lineman out of Michigan. He grew up in Michigan, played for Michigan, got drafted by the Lions.
That's crazy. Oh
But
man.
he's a motherfucker.
Ah,
Total game
that's
wrecker. Total beast, man. I love it. I love defensive linemen who are fast and big like that because they're not just like, you know, it's like you got to be athletic. You can't just be big, you know.
right. You got to be able to move.
Yeah, I mean, Like that's why I love the Steelers front seven. They lost yesterday, but like their front seven held Barkley, and I was
I
impressed.
say, yeah, you guys put the Eagles, right?
Yeah, the Steelers fumbled the ball with a chance to tie it in the third quarter. Then they got the ball back one more time in the fourth quarter. They had to punt it, and they didn't get it back the whole game. They had like no time of possession in the second half. It was brutal, but
Steelers.
I'm over. Yeah, Steelers. I'm over it. I'm over
What
it. I mean, move on to next week.
who's starting for you guys now? Is it Fields or
Russ.
is it really?
Yeah, they have field packages. So yesterday they put him in, and he had like a big run.
Yeah.
But like Russ is, yeah, he's 6-2 with us.
Yeah.
He's playing really good actually. But Fields can learn from him. Fields is talented. He didn't he got drafted to the
He
Bears
got
and like
fucked in the Bears system.
I'm sorry to my Bears fans friends, but tell me a quarterback that went there and came out alive.
Yeah, I mean, I was just talking about this the other day. It's like Caleb Williams, like, I think he's going to be really good,
Yeah, but
but
they're not helping
not
him
in
with that O
Chicago.
line.
You're right, like, not
That's the
in Chicago.
problem. Yeah, well, it's like they had a defensive-minded coach. They had no O-line to protect him, and he's also like a child. Like when these kids come out of college, 21, 22, 23, like they're not even like they're men, but they're playing against guys who are 25 to 35 who have been in the weight room with a pro team.
Right,
They're
for
faster and
years.
they're bigger. I mean, it's the game speed. That's any pro sport. It's
Right.
like watching a pitcher in the bigs versus like AAA or AA. Well, AA is weird because those guys jump up to the pros a lot. But you know what I'm saying?
So
Like
that, yeah.
you guys are throwing fucking fastballs at 80, and then they go to the pros and they're throwing 107.
It's like, okay. Yeah. Yeah,
I
it's
I,
like, hey, yeah, catch up to that. Like, okay.
I go in the cage and I can't hit 67. You know what I'm saying though? And then that bat's heavy.
Oh, yeah.
You play 162 games. Bat,
Trust me. All of our rookies played last year. I watched that decline happen fast.
no, it's a real thing. I mean, that
Oh,
bat
yeah.
gets heavy, and people don't understand like baseball. Like, yeah, it's not like hockey or basketball where you're going up and down the a lot, but like nonstop. But
Yeah.
it's almost like the slow like fucking wear on your body.
Well, because, like, if you think about it too, like, so say every game you play, every time you play a full game, you get minimum 4 at-bats, right? Respect.
Yeah,
So, like,
well, yeah, typically four, sometimes
typically,
five.
right? So, like, say like minimum 4, right? You're probably swinging your bat at least, I don't know, 25 times just in the game. So you take like 4 or 5 swings in that bat, maybe.
And
Hell,
some guys
actually,
might swing
fucking
40.
right, exactly, right. So it's like, okay, well, that's just like in the game. We're not talking about like your on-field BP, or you're practicing before the game. Like, how many times do you swing a bat just in the day, like in one day, times 162?
Right. Well, not
Actually,
just
shit, and not even 162, because like then you go to the off season, you start training. It's like,
in playoffs.
fuck, dude. Like, oh God, my shoulders hurt.
Not just
I'm,
that too. Like think about guys. Why do
that's
you see young
just swinging a
guys?
bat,
Why do you
not
think you
including
see?
the rest of the stuff.
Yeah. Why do you think you see young guys get to like that towards the end of the year, even dog days of summer, and they're going 1, 2, 3 and sitting them down because
Yeah,
pitchers are not afraid to challenge them.
yeah. Especially, yeah,
Sometimes
like
guys just watch it go by.
especially like the younger guys too. It's like, exactly, like they get tired. It's just like, fuck.
I know it's funny being a fan because like even though I know a lot of this stuff, you sit during the game, you're so sucked in that you're like motherfucking these
You just get
guys.
so irritated. Yeah, it's like, yo, come on, and like,
And oh god,
I'm.
baseball.
It's there's what I think. This is not really ridiculous, but there's 68 days left until spring training starts.
Ugh. I'm still in football mode.
Yeah, you still got what, 4 weeks, 5 weeks left of football.
4 weeks till playoffs starting next week.
Yeah.
Week and then playoffs will start like January a little like 10th, 11th, 12th ish, and
Did I say
then
like mid-ish January?
Super Bowl's I think February 10th. I think 9th or 10th, whatever that Sunday is.
And then spring training will start in end of February,
Couple
early March.
couple weeks after the Super Bowl.
Spring training starts in is it March or like
It'll be pitchers and catchers are going to report in February because the regular season's been
right?
starting like end of March late, like last few
Yeah, it's
years.
like March like 28th, like first
Which
game.
is stupid because if you go to a game in Chicago, it's
It's
snowing.
snowing. Yeah, exactly. Hell, I remember there was. It's for my sister's birth. It was my sister's 21st birthday, so she's
It's right around when baseball starts.
yeah. So it was it. I don't know. I don't think that we went to the game on her birthday, but we went to one for her birthday or whatever, and it was just it was in either end of April, early May. But like we were in, we went to a Sox game, and it was just the coldest fucking game. Like
So
I
I'm
swear to God,
saying
I think I've ever
it's
been to.
cold. It's cold. It's warmer. Think about this. My birthday is like the last week of the season usually. It's
Yeah,
warmer at games on my birthday than it is on yours usually here,
yeah, like
which is
and
ridiculous because your birthday's like a month into the season.
yeah, and it was like literally it was like the first week of May, and it was I want to say it was a night game, and we get there, it's
Well,
like
that
40.
doesn't help.
Yeah, it was like 40 degrees, and then it started fucking raining, and then it turned into like, yeah, and it was like sleeting almost because it like almost turned into snow.
Yeah,
It was
but
like
look at
this.
the bright side. If someone hits a home run, there's fireworks.
It's fair.
Like, who gives a fuck?
yeah, right. I think it was literally like the sixth inning, and we're just like, hey, fuck this, and we left.
I mean, I
It
don't
was like,
blame you.
oh my God, it was terrible.
I went to a
I don't even know who they were playing. I was just like trying to stay warm.
I went to a Pirates game when I was a kid one year where I've been to a lot of Pirates games going back to Pittsburgh all the time. And like one,
I want to see PNC so bad.
yeah, let's go next year. Come, you, me, and Steve will go. You fly up here and I'll drive us, or we'll just take a plane from Chicago. It's like 45 minutes.
Yeah, that'd be
Um,
fun.
it'd be awesome, dude. You'll love it. It's so good. It's like my favorite ballpark. But honestly,
I know a lot of people that have gone. They said it's just awesome.
yeah, it's sick. They shut down the bridge. You walk to the game.
Right,
One time I went, and it wasn't Fourth of July. It was just like you know how the Sox will do like firework night,
right,
like on a Saturday. Is it Saturdays?
something like that.
Yeah. So it was something similar to that, but in Pittsburgh, the guy was shooting them from a boat off the river, which was
Jesus
sick.
Christ.
But the reason I remember that game was because Ichiro, they played his interleague. They played the Mariners. I got to see Ichiro like when he
Good
was like
sake.
prime. He was fast as shit.
Dude, he's like fucking like 100 years old now. Can like just still hit like 400 foot
It's
like
so
just
funny.
bombs.
But dude, I saw him like lead off with like some little dinky like it should have been like a ground out to the shortstop or maybe to the second baseman even, which is even worse because it's closer to first.
Right,
And he fucking was safe. Now, granted,
ridiculous.
the Pirates. I mean, who the hell was playing your infield in 2004? Like this is. Oh, you know what else happened in that game? Jason Bay hit 2 home runs and the Pirates still lost.
Ocean Bay.
I got a Jason Bay bobblehead. I don't know if it was at that game or a different one, but
Wow.
I remember Jason Bay hit two solo shots and the Buccos lost still.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's how bad they
Oh.
were. They had Jason Kendall though. He was sick.
I would say who was the catcher? It was Jason Kendall.
Kendall. I had like a not a jersey, but I had a player tee from when they wore those black jerseys that had red and yellow letters.
Oh wow,
The
yeah.
Jason Kendall player tee. Yeah, I
Yeah.
liked him a lot. He was a Cub for a little bit, but like it was short lived. It was weird.
Who was the other like I wouldn't say long time catcher, but you guys had Russell Martin for a while too, I think, right?
Buccos had Russell Martin when he was a little older, but like he was still really good. That was like when they
Yeah.
were making the playoffs like 13, 14, 15.
I think he like then like he like fucked up and went to Toronto after that.
Yeah, he went to Toronto. I don't know if
Yeah.
it was him, but I'm trying to remember what catcher Chris Coughlin did the flip over. Or maybe that was when he was with the Blue Jays.
I thought it was Yachty.
Maybe it was Yachty.
I think it was Yachty.
Maybe Coughlin was with Toronto. But you remember when he did that flip to be safe?
Yeah.
Oh, that was sick. Now Wilson
Yeah.
Contreras is like the new Yachty. Kind of sickening,
They
honestly.
might move him to first. You see that?
No, but
Which
I
is
mean,
weird.
who gives a shit, honestly?
Yeah, because they're gonna trade Arenado and Goldsmith's a first, a free agent now, like the Cardinals.
Yeah, well, yeah, the Cardinals are no good. They paid them all that money, and the NL Central was up for grabs, and like everybody let Milwaukee piss on them. Milwaukee's not that good.
It was funny because what's his name? The Cubs manager now.
The old Brewers manager.
Yeah, what's his name?
Oh God. Oh, I'm blanking.
But it's funny, like he left and like
Like a year before last year.
yeah, and
Craig Console.
there you go.
He
And
replaced Ross.
right, which is
That was a saving face with the fans because of Madden
I
move.
get it, yeah.
It was
But
bad for baseball, good for business.
right, and he like left and was like, oh, like kind of like I feel like he was like, oh, you guys like can't do this without me, and then they just fucking cakewalk the division again. Like, okay,
Well, here's the thing: if the Cubs would sign checks and have somebody like Theo, or even just let Jed Hoyer do his job, but pay
Theo's not there
guys,
anymore, is he?
no.
He
But
like
Jed
works
Hoyer's
for MLB.
Yeah, Jed's in charge, but like if they would give him the checkbook like they did for Epstein, Theo Epstein, let's
Right.
clarify. um, sorry, that name you have to be careful now. But the Cubs would probably cakewalk the division. I don't know about the playoffs, but if they would let them pay guys,
Yeah.
this is the reason I got mad is they didn't want to pay anybody, and people could be like you and I talked about this, like, oh, Bryant's no good, Rizzo's average. I get that, but it's not even about those guys. They don't want to
Rizzo
pay
should have never
anybody.
left.
Or no, he was like
He
their
like
Taves.
of all of them, like yeah, he like should have stayed there.
Rizzo should have stayed, and honestly, like in retrospect, Schwarber is awesome.
Yeah.
But the thing is, and now that you have a DH, it's like, come on. But the thing is, it's not even that. Every single year since 2021, it's like they do just enough to be a wild card-ish team, and then the fans buy
Yeah.
into it because they're in it till the last week of the year, and if they get in, they're
Right.
just a wild card loser. Milwaukee's probably better just because they actually like give a shit. The Pirates, their owner is awful. They don't pay for guys. They had a solid run and then they shit the bed.
Yeah. I remember, man. I think they ended up they lost. I think it was 2015. It was Cole versus Arrieta in that wild card game or something.
Yeah, that was sick. That's when
Yeah, I
Schwarber
think
put one
that
in the
was
river.
that's yeah, Schwarber
He put one in the
dumped
fucking
in the
Allegheny.
Allegheny.
That was sick.
Jesus. I remember watching that.
The craziest shit ever. I want to say, I think you and I and Steve were together, if I'm not mistaken, and maybe somebody else. Did you and I go out to B-Dubs for like the first week of the season when the Cubs were in Arizona in 16 and Schwarber got injured running into Fowler? Were you and I together?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
were at B-Dubs. And
Yeah.
then
And
that
he was like done for the
motherfucker,
season
I don't remember who else was with us.
because he was in I think left field and Dex was in center or something. And they collided.
And I have this really
Like
odd
ended his catching
memory.
career too.
Yeah, and I have this odd memory
Crazy.
because I remember you and Steve, God, you guys turned 20 that year.
Something like that.
So we sat in the just the regular part of the restaurant.
And yeah, the picnic table said.
But I feel like we were at Crown Point, but we probably were at Maryville. I don't remember.
We went
But
to all of them.
yeah, but either way, I remember you, me, and Steve being together because I remember all of us being like, "Oh shit!" And then because not just for like baseball's sake, like for Schwarber's sake, but then also like our stock of Schwarber stuff.
Yeah,
Because we had like dolls and fucking
that was
bobbleheads.
what his like second or third year in the league or something.
No, he came
Second
up
year?
in 15, like in the middle. He came up in the summer of 15, and that was
And
the
then he came
first.
back for the playoffs.
That's what I'm
right?
saying.
Yeah.
That was like game 2 of the season. He comes
Yeah.
back not for the playoffs, only for the World Series, and then hits like 400. If they had a
Insane.
DH in 2016 in the National League, not only do the Cubs probably not even have to win in 7 because they have Schwarber, he probably is their MVP.
Oh yeah.
Ben Zobrist won the MVP.
I was literally just thinking about him, like who won?
He's
it?
up
Yeah,
for
it was-
Hall of Fame.
It makes me feel so old. Like
Well, I mean, but they take forever. Dave Parker
'Cause-
just got in now, and my dad used to go watch him. So
because what is it? 8 years after you retire, or something like that.
it can't be that long because he
Is it 6
still
years?
played. He's 5 or 6.
Is it 5?
But-
I don't know.
I remember because after they won the World Series, they had that shit where his wife like cheated on him because he was
Yeah.
using her god awful music to walk up. And then like after that, he had some sick ass like metal riff, and we're like, "Let's go, Zobrist."
Yeah, and then I think after that contract, he just like disappeared.
Remember people would come in like, "Do you have Zobrist?"
Like yeah, over there.
Dude, people used to fuck up names. It was so funny. Like,
What was the other one?
Well,
Um,
obviously Taves got butchered all the
oh,
time.
yeah.
Schwarber, I feel like people like had problems with only because of how long it looked.
Mhm.
Um, do you remember we got the jersey that was messed up from Majestic and it said Brynat? Oh
Yes.
my God. I remember like there was funny shit. One time I unboxed I'm sorry that I'm going off on so many tangents. I hope you're
No,
good for a
you're
few
good.
more.
Oh yeah.
Um I remember I opened a box and it was factory sealed from Reebok. There were white blanks, like men's premier jerseys, and they fucked up and they put an Andrew Shaw one in there.
Really?
Because yeah, the way they fold those jerseys, even if they have a name, instead of the way we would fold them, they would fold
Right.
them so the crest would show.
Right.
Because they had to know what team it was. Because if you just see like a blank white or red back, it could be any
Yeah.
NHL
Yeah.
team, right? So they ship them like that, and I'm opening. You remember how they would have like a bag and then a bunch of plastic and shit? It took forever,
Yes.
and like the
And
paper and the sleeves. I'm opening this box, and I'm fucking like, it was downstairs in the downstairs store on that wooden dolly we had that was
oh yeah.
long. It was like real
Yeah.
janky, and I'm like cutting this box, and I'm like pulling them out, and I'm like medium, large. I'm trying to do, and I'm like, how the
Shaw.
fuck did I get Andrew Shaw? And it's coded as blank, $130, and I'm just like, nah, that's wrong, not right,
Jesus.
or however much I don't remember. I think it was 130. It was
Yeah,
some,
130. I want to say.
but God,
Oddly
my
enough, I still remember like the it's really weird. The,
codes,
nah, no, not that. There's
I
so many.
do, unfortunately.
The first jersey I ever made was actually a Brandon Saad jersey.
It's random.
Yeah, it was a red.
Not even a baseball jersey.
No, it was a
Well,
Brandon
no, I
Saad
guess
jersey.
that makes more sense because when you started, the Hawks were in that playoff race.
Yeah,
We opened the day of Game 6 of the first round.
yeah. That press. Remember we broke it for a while. We were like still pressing jerseys. Everything was like the plate was like kind of crooked or something. Like, oh, just push it down
Dude,
harder.
I because there was like a mechanism for pressure, but there was no air pressurizer. It was like manual. Because
Yeah,
other like lids had one where you pressed it and go like
and it would
it
do
would
its
go
thing, but
down.
it's yeah,
But ours was still better than some. But I remember it's funny enough you say that. I had all these doctor visits because I fucked up my shoulder, and they're like thinking like, oh, maybe it's from guitar, and I'm like, I think it's probably from making jerseys
yeah,
because do you
fucking
remember how
pressing.
you would pull it down and it would go pop like
Yeah,
real
you
like
have to like
heavy?
lock in. Yeah.
Oh, that thing was a
Um,
pain in the ass.
I remember it was
The
actually
Teflon.
right. We had to put the Teflon down, and I remember it was during the
Yeah, every
World
time
Series.
somebody didn't, the glue would be dripping off the
Oh
top.
fucking
Like,
god. We were we had it was like those like liquid chrome like World Series
oh,
patches.
yeah, those will melt.
And it was like the first time like you and I were looking at it, we're like, how do you do this? So we just did it like normal. We came up the whole fucking thing was just melted. We're like, oh,
Yeah.
not that.
What did we do? We did like 2 sheets of Teflon in like 15 seconds or something.
Something like that. Yeah, you had to like do it, yeah, for like a third of the time and
Yeah,
like not completely smush the logo.
because when we perfected it, you and I could do them good.
I have my David Ross one
Yeah,
still.
I have the Hendrix one. Unfortunately, Steve has the Addison Russell.
Like
That's a bad look now, but we didn't know.
when he wore 27, I think probably.
I
It was
don't.
no 22.
He might have. Steve might have both.
Oh,
That was his
I
guy.
I
I
mean, he
don't
was sick
remember.
before everything happened, but
The best yeah, the best jersey Steve has is I got him a Jorge Soler jersey once.
dude, get a new one, get a red one.
I I would now. I will. He's George Sunman rocks. I might get one. I might get a T-shirt at least.
We have them, I think, for 2 years.
I got the because I have a Trout T-shirt. I gotta get a jersey.
I
I want a pullover though.
I don't have a pullover. I think everything else for the
They
most
still
part.
wear that one where it's like a white pullover and it has the halo around the A. Not as
No,
much.
we don't wear
That
like any of our throwbacks. It's a
that
shame,
jersey
honestly.
that jersey's clean as hell.
Yeah.
I
Um,
like that one.
they have a lot of cool ones from back in the day, but like they just don't. Artie Moreno just like is a fun sucker and doesn't want it.
By the way, if you listen to this, it's not your fault. I think I bought you those jerseys, so it's actually my fault. I just want to clarify that because
I
Steve will
remember
probably listen to this.
Steve. when we all like got each other like Christmas gifts, there's always jerseys too. I remember Steve like saying like to complete his hockey jersey, like he needed a Red Wings jersey, but
Oh
he's like,
yeah, you got
I'm
him
not
the
gonna. I got him a Pavel Datsyuk
Pavel
jersey.
Datsuk. Yeah, he still
Yeah,
has it.
he like opened it up. He goes, "Fuck, I'll never wear it, but this is it."
Yeah, dude, you got me the Yager one, the New Jersey one. But I love
Honestly, I
Yager.
don't.
I'll actually wear that.
Yeah, isn't someone just retired it? It's number. Those are the Bruins,
Penguins.
Penguins. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Did
Penguin.
he
He
play for the
played for the.
Bruins?
He did for like a playoff run, and
I
I
don't know. I'm
think
not well versed in hockey.
when they lost to the Hawks in 2013. But
Okay.
when Yager came in at 18, he was a Penguin. In 91, his rookie year, they won the cup.
Right.
92, they went back to back and won the cup. And then when Lemieux retired, he became the captain. And for a short period between Lemieux and Gretzky not being around and before Crosby and Ovechkin, Yager was like the best player in the league.
Dude,
He was like with Washington and New York after Pittsburgh. He was so good.
do you think Ovechkin? He's close to like the point record, isn't he?
Yeah, if he keeps playing, he's a motherfucker. He's
I mean,
awesome.
he's how old is he now? He's getting up there.
He was drafted in 04, but he didn't play till 05, 06 because of the lockout. So probably close to 40.
Close to 40, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to tell with him because he's had gray hair since he was like 24. Like when I was in high school, I was like, is this guy like I used to think I'm like, I know he's not, but I'm like, he looks like he's like 40.
That's so much older.
He had like that kind of like he's all gray now, but it's just he's
Yeah.
not old. He
No
can
teeth.
still fucking play. It's just the Washington sucks, but I hope he keeps racking up points.
Yeah, because I just saw something about that the other day.
Yeah,
And I
he's
think
awesome.
he was like getting somewhat close to like what was it, Gretzky's record?
I don't watch hockey the way I used to because number one,
I couldn't tell you. Like, I think since I moved, it was the last time I watched.
they don't have hockey where you're at.
No,
Well, they kind of do, but not
the
really.
Hurricanes. I think they closed this team for me.
Yeah, but that's not that close, right?
No, because I think they're in North Carolina.
They're
I
in
think.
Raleigh, yeah, they're in Raleigh.
It's like
But
5 hours away.
well, Florida won. That's
Oh, I guess they got the Panthers. Yeah,
in your. I mean, that's Miami area, but still, either way, Florida's a fucking long. They're a big state.
Yeah.
I mean, bigger than people think. But I was gonna say, it's just the thing with like working with like Second City, which I still do, and I love those guys, those people. But it's like one of those things where it's like the Hawks are so exhausting because not only do they suck, but they had all this criminal shit.
Yeah.
And I used to watch. I mean, you know how I was. I'm like, I'm at this weird point in my life where I just want to enjoy sports. I don't want to be a psychopath.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I kind of am with the Steelers, but the good thing about football is they play 17 games
Right.
and the playoffs.
Right.
Fucking the Cubs used to play 17 games a week. And I was at 16 of them.
Yeah.
You know, I can't do it, dude. I can't. Guy remembering, I still can do, but
yeah, under 62 games. I mean,
dude,
I like it because I love baseball, but like,
you can tell you and I are like into that not old age, but that age where we're like, all right, like, it's not that I have priorities. I just like I need sanity.
yeah.
You know what I mean, though?
I like it's getting to the like I don't know. I just like I love watching baseball.
No, I do too. But I want to go there and have a good time.
Yeah, right. Like half the time, and honestly, I feel like this season, because usually I watch some part of.
Do you get the package?
Yeah,
me too. Yeah,
but like this season.
Okay, we're still freaks. Never mind.
This season sucks so bad for us. Like I was just watching every other team. I was like, oh, who's playing tonight? It's like, oh, like the Phillies, Harper's sick. We're gonna watch that. It's like, oh, like Pittsburgh's playing. It's like, oh, I want to go watch Couch play. Like I just watched every other team but my own, just because like there's a lot of cool talent right now.
The football package. I have the YouTube TV NFL package.
Yeah,
which I'm mad about, by the way. I'll tell you in a second. But it's sick. The package is sick. Anything out of market that's not on TV, you can watch.
God.
And you can watch up to 4 at once.
Oh, hell yeah.
It like splits the screen. The reason I'm mad is I mostly just bought it because of the Steelers.
Right.
And they're on TV like every fucking week here.
Oh, like on the cable channel?
Because not only do they have all the primetime games, but they've been good. So they've been on TV.
Right.
So I'm just like, well, that's great, but I paid $480
Like,
for
fuck.
for what?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's
Um,
like I might as well just get YouTube TV next year. Fuck a cable company.
um,
Fuck your local cable provider.
can I help you? All right.
But yeah, I hear you though. Like just wanted to check out some of the guys. I mean, it's kind of like why I like Red Zone. I wish they would do something like that for baseball.
Right. Dude, well, it pisses me off because, like, I'm almost 5 hours away from Atlanta. I cannot watch a Braves game here.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Especially because they're the best team in the region.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, exactly. Like, Michael Harris to me is sick. Like,
I mean, Tampa's good, but not as good as
I can't watch
Atlanta.
Tampa games either.
Who the fuck can you watch?
I can't. I can get Miami games, oddly enough.
But they're the worst.
Exactly.
They're the only team worse than them was the White Sox.
But I can watch the National. Yeah, but like I want to watch.
Wait, you can get Washington?
The Nationals. Yeah,
How?
that's what I'm saying. Like I want to watch the Braves. Like
You know what's
Michael
real fucked
Harris
up?
is sick, and I can't watch him play.
What's real
Pisses
fucked
me
up
off.
is now. So like the Chicago Sports Network shit's done.
Right.
The Cubs have their own channel, which is like a joke.
They're on Marquee Network, right?
The Marquee, and then the Sox, Cubs, and Blackhawks are on this like Chicago sports channel that you like. I don't even get. Not that I need it because they all suck, but like, it's like, how insane is it? Like, if someone came over to hang out, like, you want to put the Bulls or the Hawks on? It's like I
Like,
can't.
you're right. It's like you live in Chicago. Yeah,
Fucking
sorry.
live like 50 minutes away from the United Center. Like, you might as well just go to the game.
Right. Oh wait,
Someone wants attention.
I know what they want.
Well,
All
that's
the
okay.
time.
We won't go too much later, but yeah, that sucks that you can't watch that.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's like, yeah, I'm almost 5 hours away. Like I'm in a whole different state.
Yeah, you might as well just get the package at that point.
I can't. No, I can't watch it with the
They
package.
black it out with the MLB package,
Yeah.
but you can't get on TV. You know what? That doesn't add. I mean, I believe you, but what I'm saying is like that doesn't make sense because the
Yeah.
reason they black stuff out on the package is because it's in your local
Right.
market.
But they're out of market for cable.
That's stupid.
Right. Like the only way to watch is like if they're like on like an ESPN or whatever.
Like a
and,
like a
Right.
national TV or a bootleg.
Right. Exactly. Like
Not that we would ever do that.
No, of course not. That's it. No, not good.
But the thing that's weird is like they want you to buy all this stuff and it's like you can't watch it and you're like I'm literally paying you like
Right.
I think the Pirates one alone was like $300.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Right.
He's just like guys, give me a mic.
Dude, honestly, like he's ready to talk.
That's funny. What time is it by you? Midnight almost?
Almost.
You good still for a couple more?
Yeah, man.
All right. I just want to make sure. I don't know how early you have to work.
I don't go until 10. I just
Okay,
gotta.
cool.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I work a little earlier than you, but like not that early.
Yeah, my kiddo usually wakes up like 8 o'clock, so. But,
Cool. Yeah,
yeah.
we'll be good for. I just wanted to like, man. There's so many things like we'll have to do another one too because there's so many things about the store and
Right.
just whatever to talk about shows. Actually, I would say this. We were talking about shows earlier, but it probably won't make this podcast because we were having stuff. But it's funny like nowadays too. Talking about being older, like I won't take shows unless I think that they're good for us. Like I'm gonna enjoy it. Now,
Yeah.
that doesn't always mean there's gonna be 200 people there. But I just mean like
It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, one way or the other. Like, do you remember that show we played at like Mighty Mix?
Yeah. Yes.
That show was so much fun.
Jimmy played with his broken leg or something, didn't he? Was that show?
That was Jimmy played with R&R with his broken leg, and that was Jake's first show on drums for us. But before Jimmy played bass for us. So Jimmy played with them. But it was like our two bands, two other bands, and everybody was there. Like Nikki came.
Yeah. I remember that.
Nikki came to a couple shows, but like Nikki's sister had a signer CD.
I don't know. I know I have a signed R&R CD. I think I have a signed solo CD.
I'll mail you one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have one. I can't.
I don't think it's worth much, but you can have one. I don't have CDs right now. I have to get more. But basically, like, why is my Mac? Hold on 1 second. Sorry, my battery is dying. There we go. Um, it says my Mac's battery is dying, but it's just like straight up like, yo, you're plugged in, bro. Okay, sorry about that.
Technology, it's great.
Yeah. But the thing is, like that show, I joke about assigning that CD because that is the type of show that stuff does not happen. It's all like everybody.
Right.
And sometimes it's more nerve-wracking to play in front of 100 people you know than it is 1,000 people you don't know.
Right.
Like, and we would play like if we played a good like when we played with King or like Every Time I Die or like Gideon when there was good crowds.
Right.
Those are between 300 to 600 ish, depending. Every Time I Die might have been 6 or 7, and everybody else is like between 200 and 400. They're not huge, but though it's not for us. Those bands draw,
Right.
but that's why you want to play those shows to put yourself in front of them. And I just remember like there'd be kids like, can I have a set list? Can you sign this? Cool, very appreciative of that. Like I'm always honored.
Right.
But then I'm sitting here at this fucking show where I'm like hanging out with Jake Brown, and Jimmy's got a broken leg and he's doing like tequila shooters with me. And like it's like the craziest shit. And we played the funniest thing about that show. It started at 10 p.m. But we played first, so it was perfect.
Right.
We went on at 10. Everyone was drinking, having a good time. You brought Steve a shot during the set.
I did. I remember that.
Was it Canadian Club?
I think so.
Was that when we used to go get Canadian Clubs every Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
Happy. Oh, Christ.
Jesus.
I don't know if I could drink that anymore.
Yeet.
I know the liquor store guy knows I'm going golfing if I'm getting the aluminum bottles of Mick Ultra and a pint of Jameson.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I couldn't tell you last time I had Jameson.
You will with me then.
Oh, honestly, I
What did we drink?
I can tell you last time I had liquor. So it's
What was what did you drink when you fell asleep with the sandwich? Was it Crown?
Dude, oh my gosh. Yeah.
Do you remember that? This is a good story.
Oh my God, that was a night.
Maybe Jaeger too.
We had Jaeger, I think Jaeger, Jameson, and Crown. And like, cause we had half a bottle of Jameson, and like Steve and I had like a new bottle of Crown. Yeah, and then because I think we killed the JMO and the Jaeger, because that's when Steve he told me about his Dr. Jaegers.
Dr. Jaegers, dude.
Yeah, and
wow, that's disgusting.
Yeah, like it was fun. It was so funny because like, yeah, we were so drunk. But
I know you fell asleep in a recliner like holding a sandwich.
Yeah, like because I remember like I was really messed up, and Steve like just came down. He goes, "Hey man, like I got you a sandwich." I was like, "Oh, sick."
Well,
and then I just passed out.
That's like when people would come party in our basement.
Yeah,
and like we had it all set up, but like the thing is like. Because even Steve would just crash down there. I'm like, I would always like, I'm going to sleep in my fucking bedroom.
Yeah.
So I would like go, because I probably had to open the next day or some shit.
Yeah, we were still all working together, I think, at that time.
Yeah, because I remember, do you know what I remember specifically about that night? The reason we went back and everyone was drinking is we went to that Open Your Eyes show.
Yeah.
It was like Halloween time or something. Because remember Sandy was giving us all drumsticks?
Oh, yeah, I have mine somewhere.
Yeah, me too. But I talked to her the other day, actually.
I was just talking about her actually the other day. It's about some Blackfeld came up. I was like, oh, I know the drummer from that.
Because Ryan, who was playing guitar with them,
right?
I've been recording my solo stuff with him.
Oh, nice.
He's like a producer. He's awesome. Yeah, he's great. But it was really funny because I remember going to that show. We're all like, obviously we're friends with those guys, but we also love their songs. So we had a good time, and everyone's like, I remember too. I don't think we planned on it. It was just like this would happen. Like, let's all go back to our house and. Usually in the basement, it was kind of like, it wasn't like Jimmy's house where it was like people coming from the bar.
Right. Yeah,
it was just like
the square.
Because then there would be like randoms at Jimmy's house. But it was just like anybody who wants to show up, just like whatever, like it's fine. And we'd be playing music and shit. And like, I remember like, I was like, all right, fuck this. I'm going to. Wow, there's a puppy.
Okay. Cameo.
That's hilarious. That's so funny.
Okay.
That's a lap dog right there.
Dude, he's 90 pounds.
Oh. But
Right.
the funniest shit though is like I like get up and I'm like what's going on down here, and like everyone's like passed out. Like you have a sandwich. Bennett's just like on the floor. I'm like, what the fuck happened to you guys?
Yeah, Bandage was there, wasn't he? Can you
Yeah, there's a picture of us four.
can you lay down?
I think there's a picture of us where I'm holding the bottle of Crown. I have a take off your pants and jacket T-shirt on, I think.
No, no, yeah.
Jeez, oh man, that was a good one. I mean, there are some good times down there. We had some good ones at Jimmy's house too, though,
Dude, Jim Bud.
and his pole barn,
Yeah,
his porn barn, the porno trailer.
that was a Royal, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what we were all. I don't think Stolo didn't play that night, the porno trailer night. You know what
No.
it was? I don't know if were you there. I don't think you were there. The night we had the Bukake sign. Were you at that?
Was that the same night?
No, it was like a year before.
Oh, I don't know if I was at that show.
I don't know why,
I was
but
there
we
for the
thought
trailer.
you were. I know you were. You're in the pictures and stuff. But
Yeah.
there was like this ongoing joke about that sign. Because remember we made them at the store. We are all holding it,
Yeah,
and Steve took that sign. So we made you were there when Steve made the sign.
yeah. I
And
I
he took
remember
it
the
to,
sign. I just don't think I was there.
and we played this show. And it was like around Halloween time at Royal. We played, and then R&R played. But that's when R&R was like playing with like Jimmy and Quaid was in the band, was in Stowaway too.
Right.
And we played, and then we were like taking pictures with the sign because we thought it was funny. And like we're putting it in front of Jimmy's kick drum when he's playing. And
Yeah.
then there's like four of us, but then there's like a gang picture where it's like fucking 30 people holding that sign. So for whatever reason, I started saying like, well, yeah, it belongs in the porno trailer.
I was gonna say
Or
because there's a picture of everyone like with it in the trailer. I think.
or there's like a video of us all in
Yeah.
there. And then Mark was there too.
Yeah.
It's like you, me, Mark, Steve. There's a picture of all of us like where we would play too.
Hmm. Yeah.
Damn. What a
Royal
fucking great
Royal
time.
was one of my favorite venues to go to.
I
I don't-
loved Royal.
Yeah, I love going there because then it's like if you were either waiting for the band to start or whatever, it's like there's a liquor store like right down the road or like
It was
once you
next door.
yeah, and then like once you guys were
Yeah.
done, it's like you just go hit the Mexican restaurant across the
Yeah,
street too.
tacos and burritos.
Yeah, the place was sick.
That place was so good. You know what's funny what you said about the liquor store? I was just having this conversation with somebody, because the guys from Monterey, especially Jack, I still talk to a lot. But I talked to those guys, and
Yeah.
they're all great. I love them. But I got to a show. I don't think you were at this one, but it was Jimmy, because Jimmy wasn't in the band at this time. It was
Mhm.
like right before he joined us on bass. It was like literally like right before. But we played this show with Conveyor, who was like, they kind of sounded similar to us, so it's like a good show for us to take. It was at Royal, and we get there and we pull up, and I jumped out of the Jake drove us all in his vehicle with the trailer and stuff. And I jumped
Was it when they
out.
had the Durango?
I forget what it was. It was some SUV that Jake had.
No.
Our Jake, not Brown.
Oh.
Stowaway Jake,
Gotcha.
Spencer. So he had like that's like the 3-row SUV in the trailer and stuff.
Right.
We didn't have a van, but we didn't really need one. So we get there and I jump out, and Monterey's all hanging out by a car, and fucking either Jack or Steven, one of them throws me like a beer, and I'm like, all right, like let's go. Like I don't have to play for fucking 4 hours.
Right.
And it's like a warm hams.
Oh.
And I was so mad. And I literally talked to Jack about this. This show
Like
was in
if
like
any beer you give me
This show- yeah, this show is in like 2017, and I bitched at Jack about this like 2 weeks ago. I love Jack, but I was like, dude, he's like, it's not that bad. So I'm like, fuck this. And me and Steven Saylor were like, let's just go hit this liquor store. And I remember I got some weird, like, not off-brand, but it wasn't like a super popular one, and it was
Yeah.
Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest.
Well, it wasn't. It didn't taste like it. It was. I don't know. Whatever it was strong as piss. So I'm like and you know how hot Royal was,
Right. Yeah.
and I
it's
drank
so
like
small.
4 of the 6 of them, and I'm like sweating, and I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck? I should have just got some Budweiser.
Yeah, it was always funny too, because like you could always tell like at Royal for the most part, depending on like how crowded it was. If it was like super crowded, it wasn't really, but like they always had like part of the ramp was like still on the backside of it, so like people were like sitting on like that, like it was almost like a
Like a
a
skate
lip.
ramp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
People were just like sitting there, just like hanging out. It's like you could tell they were just like skating, and they're like, "Oh, hey, like we're gonna check this out." And then
Yeah.
everybody that knew the bands was just like in the front going crazy.
Yeah, and it was really nuts because like the thing is like we would play like random, especially if we went out of state or like Michigan or something, we'd play wherever we could. But
Right.
locally there wasn't a ton of places aside from Chicago. So it's like if we're in Northwest Indiana, we're probably playing Big Shots at that time because that was the open venue.
Right.
And like there was others, but I mean just generally. But then like that was Illinois, that was close, and we kind of built up our own like I don't want to say following, but like people who liked us out there.
Right.
So they would start coming to the shows. So by the time 2 years after we started playing there, we were like on this fest. Day one, we had like a good slot, and like it was kind of crazy because a lot of people came and they're like moshing and buying merch, and it was like really cool. And then you think about it, like, damn, they did this in this tiny ass skate shop where people are bringing in booze in a brown bag.
Dude, and it was funny too, because like if you didn't like, I remember my first time going to Royal, I didn't know like you could park in the back. So like I
Mm.
parked like in front of the store.
Oh, the skate shop, like on the
Yeah,
street.
like yeah, exactly. And like I like walking in the skate shop, I'm like, there's no fucking way that they're playing in here. And then like the door opens and you just hear everything going on in the background. It's like that's where they're
There's like, yeah, there's like a bathroom that's like tiny with stickers
tiny,
everywhere. And then
tiny bath.
now I think they moved that skate shop somewhere else because they stopped having shows.
Oh, it's sucks. Such
Yeah, I know.
It's such an
But
awesome venue.
it was a bitch in time.
Yeah, those are great.
They had like that skate ramp in the back too. It was like a quarter pipe.
Yeah.
Fucking wild. Um, Speaking of brown paper bags and booze, do you remember that one time you and I got lost when we drove through Gary in the middle of the day?
Oh, dude, that dude was just broad daylight, just brown bag in
Yeah,
there. It was
I was
crazy.
I told my mom about that because like she was yelling at me about giving her directions somewhere. 'Cause I think I took her through the hood a little bit, and I was like, "Mom, this is nothing. You're like, you should have seen the shit I did back in the day." She's like, "I really don't want to know," and I'm like, "Me and Matt fucking like just
Just
did
broad
what?
daylight going down the middle of Gary. We're just going down
Yeah, like
we're going down Broadway, I think.
yeah, like Fifth and Broadway. Guys are like skateboarding and brown bagging it and stuff, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
they're
it
like,
was. Yeah, what it was like. Not. I mean, it was like what, probably 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, something like that.
yeah, it was early. We were going to the warehouse, and like we're in my
Yeah,
Avenger. That's on my shirt right now.
yeah. With the broke the window.
Sky Point, my Avenger.
That's so funny.
I miss
Oh
that.
my
I mean,
god.
I like my car now, but that we went to, I drove we went to a lot of shit in that car.
Yeah,
Like games and show. We went to fucking like we went to see Paris. Um you
yeah.
and Steve went. I'm trying to think of what
That was an
else.
awesome show.
Yeah, before they got super huge, we got to see them at House of Blues. They were awesome.
Yeah, that was.
Dude,
And I'm so mad too because they had like the after party was like 21 and over, and like Steve and I think Steve just made it, and I wasn't 21 yet.
that was like the month you turned 21, I think.
Yeah,
It was
like
like right before your birthday.
yeah, I'm so mad because like thinking back, like that would have been so sick.
Dude, we played that CD into the ground at the store.
I actually just listened to that album not too long ago.
I might put it on tonight before I go to sleep. I haven't listened to it in a while.
And it was funny. I have 'cause I was just going through like a bunch of shit in my closet, and I have like three like actual hard copies of that album. One of
Yeah.
them signed, and like one like, and I just have two other like random copies of it. I was like, this is why do I have all? It's
I think I sold some of my merch, not because I didn't like it, but I never wore it and they became huge and it was like worth money.
I still have like two
You
or three
know?
shirts from like that time.
Yeah.
Maybe I need
It's
to do
not
the
that,
same.
yeah, it's not that I don't like it. I mean, you know how many, I don't have to tell you how many t-shirts I have. And look
Yeah,
what I'm wearing. I'm wearing my own shit.
yeah.
Who cares, But, the funny thing and then the state champs we played like all the time.
Oh my god. I actually just listened to them today.
I mean, the first two ones, we listened to both of them a lot. The state champ albums, they were so good. They still are good, but like that reminds me of that downstairs store.
That and I've been listening to there's like the same kind of time era, I guess, was the Story So Far.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Their new shit's really good.
I haven't listened to it yet.
Yeah,
But
you
I
check
keep
it out.
yeah. Was it like Things I Can't Change? I just have that one.
That one, yeah, we listened. Yeah, we played that. I think the story so far, I played it in the store, but I would make a playlist because I would try. I mean, we were pretty good about it, but a lot of times we'd play shit where they're swearing and then some parent would get pissed or something. So like I would try to make a playlist because I
Like
knew
this
which
isn't
ones.
Zoomies.
Yeah, but Zoomies would play whatever the fuck they
That's
wanted.
what I'm saying. Yeah,
Too,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, right, right. Exactly. But like, well, Pac Sun used to like be playing like Future.
yeah. I know. I know. You
I'm
could
like,
hear
why?
like their stereo blaring through the side of the wall.
I had to ask them to turn it down before, and I said, "Look, I'm not trying." I told the whoever's working, I go, "I'm not trying to be lame. My shit is falling off the wall, like my merchandise. Like
Right.
it's not that I can't appreciate a good fucking like sub, but like I literally can't keep my t-shirts on the wall.
Yeah, like my mannequins are falling down.
Yeah, my fucking nipply mannequins.
Remember when we were in the downstairs store, we were changing out the mannequins. I like ripped off that arm and I was like waving to like that little girl. We're in the window. It's like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Oh my God. People used to like watch us like zoo animals when we were in there.
That's so funny. There was such a big case too, like a like display area.
Yeah. I don't. So
We had
what?
like
That was.
10 mannequins in there. It's
It was
ridiculous.
like Delia's before that.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
hated
remember.
changing those mannequins out too. They're such a pain in the ass.
Yeah, they were
You'd like
tough.
get them fully clothed and like the arm would pop off. Like, damn it, now I gotta
I don't think I ever.
ridiculous.
I don't think I ever once went to Delia's. So I don't remember what the
Oh.
display case looked like when they were there. But I'm assuming they had a bunch of clothes and stuff. But we had the flags,
Yeah.
and then we were pretty seasonal. Like whatever was playoffs for this, hockey, Christmas time.
Well, and like that's what I'd say. Like then that's what it was because it's think about it. Uh, you know, baseball, basketball, football, hockey, like they all like roll
Yeah,
into each
rotate.
other. So like we're always constantly changing
And we
stuff.
could fit like three at a time, but sometimes it didn't make sense. Also, you have to like have
Yeah, it's like the
this story.
Hawks were in the playoffs. The Cubs were like on the brink of making the playoffs. Like,
Well, the fucking door. You had to go through that back hallway, and there's that
oh my
little ass
god,
door, and you'd climb in there. But do you remember? I have that somewhere in my
little ass
house.
door.
I have that fucking parking
The
sign.
parking sign. Oh my
Event
god.
parking.
Yeah.
I said when we took it to every store, and I said when I leave this company, I'm taking that home. That was from somebody at Delia's left that there.
Yeah.
And my last day at Clark Street, I don't know if I've ever talked to you about this. My last day, I was working at the store, and Jason was like, "Look, I really need you to come to the warehouse and teach some people some Jersey stuff because without you, like, we're kind of, don't have that person." And I'm like, "Okay," because you were gone already. My
Yeah.
brother was gonna leave. My brother left 2 weeks after I did, or three, whatever. And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So I come up there and I did whatever for them, or maybe he had me make a bunch of jerseys. I don't remember. It was some weird. And they all hugged me and whatever. It was cool. And I go back to the store, but I got there before they closed. And I'm like, hey, I gotta get something before I go. And I might have bought some stuff. And then I fucking went in the back and ripped that sign off the wall and took the sign out. I was like walking out of the mall with that sign.
Oh, that's so sick.
It was a weird memory because now the mall looks so different.
I
Did you go to the mall when you were home?
yeah, because I would say I haven't been back in like 2 years, 2 or 3 years. Um, but
Shit. Yours
it's been
too.
it's been a while, yeah. But when I went in there, I went into Clark Street, and I think Michael was the only person that was still there, but he wasn't there that day. It's just like some random guy, and I was like, "Hey, I got a random question for you." Like, yeah, I'm like, "Are all the Jimmy John stickers still on the back of that door?" And he like looked at me like, "How the fuck do you know that?" I'm
I
like, "Oh,
forgot
well,
about that.
yeah." I
Like
was
I
like,
put them all there actually.
well, and then it's funny because like I guess Michael like left all those pictures of like him and I and the Easter Bunny and all that shit like still up there. He goes, "Wait, you're the guy from those pictures." I was like, "There you go."
Oh my God. I
I'm like,
wonder
"Yeah,
if
can I go
Starland
back
was
there?"
still there.
Yeah. And
Did
I
he
was
let
like,
you back there?
"Yeah, he did." I was like, "Can I just like go see the door?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, go for it." He goes, "That makes so much sense now." I was like, "Yeah, I just want to see the stickers." All of this
I
Jimmy John
probably
stickers.
you I I honestly God might have a key. You probably could have came by my house first. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. But uh
Pointing.
I forgot about that door. That was the picture you were wearing those onesies, right?
Yeah, I
And
have it
then
somewhere. I still have it
and then the Jimmy John sticker. We order Jimmy John's all the fucking
all
time.
the time.
I actually have a video I took of you and I saved it on like Instagram or Snap or something, but I saved it to my phone and you're like on the phone, but like I'm like facing this is in the upstairs store, the last one. You're on the cash register, that's like the iPad,
Yeah.
and I'm facing you and you're ordering fucking Cooper's Hawk.
Oh hell yeah.
It was so random. I'm like, why do I have this?
Dude,
Oh, dude, those are such fun times. Like in retrospect,
yeah.
only because like we got to work with you, me, Steve, Matt, Jimmy, and Diego. Like that's crazy.
that and we had a lot of
Jake,
yeah,
Nikki. I
Sandra.
mean, Michael. Even like we had good times. I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know that he particularly he was like the lone like the Sox guy and all that stuff, but we still had fun.
Yeah. Oh my God. I forgot. Yeah, he was the only Sox fan for the most part. Like
I
diehard
mean, only
Sox
one
fan.
that like watched them
Yeah.
because Jimmy was like, I'm a Sox fan, and they dressed as me for Halloween. He's
Right.
like, can I borrow a Cubs hat?
Right.
It's like, yeah, sure, dude. So, dude, remember that jersey?
Holy shit. Yeah.
So, dude, 69.
I was
I
gonna say it was
remember.
69, wasn't it? Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, I met obviously I met his girlfriend Kat like a bunch, but like the first time I ever really talked to her a lot was like this past spring we had a get together when Scott moved to Pittsburgh. It was like all the stowaway guys.
Yeah.
And I was just because she was asking me questions about like us work because now that she knows him better, she's like, "Oh yeah, like you guys work together." And I'm like, "Yeah, I made the Sud Dude jersey." And she's like, "Oh my God, you made that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, tell him to keep wearing it." She's like, "He won't wear it anymore."
That's like,
It was just funny because I was just like, dude, Jimmy, he's the only guy who could pull that shit off.
oh man, what a guy.
Yeah, he's the GOAT.
Shout out
Yeah,
Jimbo.
I was talking, actually, he needs to text me back. I asked him a question earlier and I have no response. Jimmy.
I haven't talked to Jimmy in a while. I need to hit him up.
Jimmy and I started a new band, but like it's not out yet.
Sick.
Yeah, we're doing that right now. It's like I'll give you the details off like when we're not on the air.
I got you.
But
Yeah.
it's like because it's holiday time, we're kind of backed up on that right now.
Yeah.
But we're trying to like get some shit sorted out. So I'm like, hey, and like it's just because our work schedules are different. But I'm like, hey, like text me back. Text me back, Jimmy. Okay, anyway, he'll probably listen. Maybe he'll listen to us at work tomorrow and they'll text me back.
He'll be like, oh damn it, I didn't text him.
I'll get a text from him before that, but he'll probably text when he's driving home. But anyways, yeah, man, those were good times. I remember too, he had your going away party.
Yeah.
I was in his pole barn.
Yep. Yeah, there was. I have a picture of all of this. Man, it's fucking pole barn.
It was cold.
That
Well, maybe
was.
not when you left. It wasn't cold, but I had a lot of band practices when it was cold in there.
Yeah.
You moved in like July, right?
Yeah, it was.
It was warm out.
Like July 2nd.
I mean, it might have been cool because it was evening time, but like it wasn't cold.
Yeah, we were there, man. I don't even think we left Jimbo's house till like midnight, 1, 2 in the morning, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I have pictures of it because like there's him or Dan or someone's doing a beer bong.
Probably Jimmy.
And then probably
could,
Jimmy.
yeah.
He's like carrying around a bottle of Bacardi in all the pictures. And then
yeah,
because there's videos from that in our falling through space like thing.
yeah,
And then there's like a picture where it's like you, me, Steve, Jimmy, Mark, Wade. I don't know if D was there. I don't remember. D might have been. No, D was gone already. That's why he wasn't there.
Yeah,
That's
he was in the Navy.
He was in Hawaii. Yeah, that's why D wasn't in it. But it was all anybody who was in our like main group was there. And then there's this other picture of all of us with like 20 other people I don't know.
Yeah.
Like they just heard there was like it was like a
There's
bunch
like,
of people.
Hey, party at Jimmy's. That's
Yeah, there's like 100 people there. It's like 50 of them. It's like, oh, it's Matt's like party, and then like this other 50 are like, oh, Jimmy's having a party.
It's just a party at Jimmy's. Yeah.
I met a lot of people at those.
Dude, it was always so funny. Like everywhere, if I ever went anywhere with Jimmy, it's like someone was always like, "Hey, man, like how do you know?"
Yeah. Fucking Steve's over there drinking Capriccio with whoever.
Oh my God.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's insane.
Well, you're gonna have to try to get out here soon.
Yeah. Once we'll see what the schedule looks like.
Yeah, I know you got stuff going on, but plus it's like Christmas time and there's work and everything. But
I'm not going up there when it's cold.
it's 50 degrees outside.
Yeah, dude, it was like 80 today randomly. So hey, stop.
But you know what's funny? Like a week ago, not even a week ago, like last Thursday, it was 7 degrees.
Yeah.
But we haven't gotten any snow.
Which is so weird.
It like doesn't snow anymore.
Yeah,
We got snow one day in November, and then by dinner time, it all melted.
it's ridiculous.
So I mean, like one if you come in like after your birthday,
Yeah, I said probably like late. Well, let me say late spring because that's fucking who knows in Indiana.
I mean,
Um,
yeah, well, just come when it's baseball season.
yeah, yeah, that'd be sick.
Just pack like a tank top and a coat.
Yeah, and just yeah,
One way or the other,
take it
you'll
day by day. Exactly.
yeah, it'd be a win-win either way because like that's really all you need.
Yeah, basically,
And a Saw Dude jersey.
definitely need a Sunday 69 jersey. That's
Did
not.
I order if Jimmy like ever like if we ever have an occasion like if he gets married
Oh,
and he has
dude,
like
everybody wears those.
everyone's getting a Saw Dude shirt or a
That would be
jersey.
sick.
I normally hate that matching shit, but for Jimmy it would work.
That would be so good.
Like you know how the girls do those bitchy bridesmaids ones where they have that
Yeah,
bitchy font and it'll be like the fucking whatever it says. We're going to Nashville.
we're going to Nashville.
I
Every
don't know.
single one of them.
I don't know. Fucking it's what the French call a certain I don't know what.
Listen, I do.
Steve told me you busted out the hey asshole.
Dude, every night.
Yeah, baby.
It's me, pity me. Come
Come
and
and
get
get
me.
me. Fucking got a gun and a cigar.
The Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito is so good. That and what's the other
Yeah,
one I
baby.
quoted? Yeah, it's Tom Cruise. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Fucking the Gold Member alone is so good, but the other two I think I like better. So we'll have to watch them in the Discord soon.
Right.
We've been running pretty hot for a while, so I maybe want to wrap it up.
Yeah.
We didn't really talk about anything you do like all fucking Elusive Angel stuff or card collecting or music or tattoos, but we can do that on another episode.
Dude, I have a whole bunch of stupid tattoos. It's hilarious.
Yeah, well, we'll do that next time. I just wanted to catch up
Yeah, man.
because
Well,
I think if you listen to the show, this will be an entertaining one. I hope.
hopefully. Hopefully. If not, well, too bad.
Right on. All right, I thought it
Right
was a good
on.
one. Listen to the show. Yeah, right on.
Right on.
Oh, don't get me started on the LPGA tour.
Oh, jeez.